would take my hat off if I hadn't been wearing it all day. Unless you were saying that because you're a Red Sox fan. In that case, no. I see all the Red Sox talk going on, and man, I was in a store with Riley just the other day, and they had a cutout of Derek Jeter standing next to David Ortiz. It was an advertisement, and I'm already training him. I said, Riley, who are those guys? He said, Derek Jeter. And I said, who's the other guy? And he goes, I don't know. I said, well, what team is he on? The worst team in the world. I said, that's right, Riley. Sorry, it's our year. I just, it's been your time lately. Now it's our time. Again. At least I'm a lifelong fan. I'm not a fair weather. Favorite song on Inception. I really like most of the record, but my favorites would be probably the first tune, and Penance is the one I'm most proud of, just as far as writing-wise, composition-wise, and like the emotion that comes through in the playing. I'm a big fan of that one. I'll play Penance for you. What other musicians would I like to collaborate with? Man, I've been really fortunate to play with not even just the artists that I've played with, which are some great ones. Taylor, I mean, Taylor's great. Raphael, I was a big Raphael fan before I got the gig. He's a really talented musician who's done lots of amazing things in his career, and I've been, I've been pretty fortunate about that stuff. But my favorite things are just the other musicians in these bands and the people that like to play with me. I mean, just to even have the guys on my record that are on there blows my mind. Every time I listen back to this record, it's like you're talking about some of really the best musicians in the entire world. I mean, Gary Novak, you can't get higher. I mean, he's one of the five best drummers living on the planet. I mean, and guys like that, Travis Carlton, my friend who played bass, Larry Carlton's son, Chris Chaney plays bass with everybody. Darren Johnson played with Miles Davis. He played a gig with us with Taylor. Um, People like that, Brian Gallagher playing on the record. Lee Thornburg played trumpet, played with Tower Power, Tonight Show Band. I mean, these are Kenneth Crouch, played tons and tons of gigs, with everybody. Clapton, and these guys wanted to play with me, and they pushed me to make that record. That's really how it came around. I wasn't really planning on it. It was Novak, Gary Novak, who kind of said, you need to do a record that's not just a blues record that shows everybody kind of everything you can do. So that's really why the record even started. He had a studio, and he's like, let's just start playing. And once I start get something rolling, I can't kind of half-ass anything. So it really quickly turned into a great project. Shakin' Pickin'. How about I'll play that real quick. One of the other ones, as long as I'm doing this stuff. There you go. Oh, that's called propulsion. That's